Hello and welcome to National Focus. I am Adicia Burton. In the headlines, the $126 million East Coast Road project is nearing completion. 16 Eggleston families to receive homes before end of 2024. And the second annual Pays Dominica Yachting Festival set for March 23 to 31, 2024. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. The rehabilitation of the 18-mile-long East Coast Road is moving quickly towards completion. The EC $126 million road, funded by the World Bank and the Government of Dominica, started in December 2020 and is scheduled for completion by December 2024. Civil engineering consultant with the Ministry of Public Works and project manager for the East Road project, Kendall Johnson, says the project is divided into two lots.
Lot 1 from Bois-d'Herbe to Castle-Bruce, and that lot is about 6 miles long. We finished substantially all of those works by early December. Outstanding are just the road markings, the guardrails, and the installation of a bus stop somewhere in Castle-Bruce. Lot 2 is from Castle-Bruce back to Pigwa via the Kalinago territory, and on that project we are accelerating the works quite significantly. That project, that lot comprises about 92 culverts. We have finished about 88 of them, 4 of them to be done. We've done about 30% of the drainage, 30% of the base and sub-base, and to date I think we have done around 28% of the asphalt paving.
Mr. Johnson says to help accelerate the completion, work is being done with other stakeholders.
To accelerate or to help us accelerate the works, we have to work with our key stakeholders, and that's DOASCO and DOMLEC, because some of their infrastructure are within the project carriageway. So we are working quite nicely with them. As of now, DOASCO has a couple of teams removing the lines, transferring the lines, and helping us to achieve our desired objective. We want to ensure that we can substantially complete significant portions of Lot 2. I think by August, September, where we should have at least 60 to 70% of the road paved. We want to reach by, I think, the end of March, early April, as far as Crayfish River. Yes, and I think that would be a significant push to help us reach our objectives. Outstanding would just be the Pigwa Bridge and 2 of the deep culverts, which we are trying to complete. One of them we may need to close the road a little bit in the interest of public safety, because the excavations are quite deep, in excess of 40 to 45 feet deep.
Mr. Johnson says there are timelines that they must accomplish.
The overall project or program, we have some timelines that we have to accomplish, and we're trying to avoid any delays. And a lot of the groundwork or the base work for that project has already been done. So substantial completion of the culverts, the retaining walls, most of them have been complete. So that allows us to accelerate the road work, the road pavement, the drainage at quite a rapid pace. So I think we're looking at trying to accomplish the drains and road pavement work at least half a kilometer every day. Okay, so you every week you're going to see significant lengths of road done. Again, we know of the challenges of the dry area. This area is very dry. The dusty conditions, and as we talk of that, I think we have just put about 3 new water trucks in the area. So we have about 5 of them on that lot just now. 6 trucks.
Approximately 16 families in Eggleston will be new homeowners before the end of 2024. This as the Government of Dominica's ongoing housing revolution touches the Roseau South constituency with the aim of rehoming vulnerable families in the area. On Thursday, February 29, 2024, Minister for Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Melissa Popon-Skerritt, Member of Parliament for the Roseau South constituency, Honorable Shakira Lockhart-Hippolyte, and other stakeholders visited the housing site to get a first-hand view on this major project. Honorable Lockhart Hippolyte says when completed, this project will change the social landscape of Eggleston and the Roseau South constituency by extension.
The developers have ensured me that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're ready to mobilize. As you know, housing has been a major challenge for the people of the Roseau South constituency. And you hear me repeating Roseau South and not Eggleston and Girardel in particular, because we have had challenges with land. Government does not own land in the Roseau South constituency. So this site we're on, it was acquired by the government. And so therefore, I believe when this housing project is completed, it will change the social landscape of the people of the Roseau South constituency. We still have 1 or 2 residents in shelters, and these are vulnerable people. And I can tell you 16 homes in the constituency, it means a lot to the people of Roseau South.
The Roseau South MP added that there will be more housing developments to take place in the constituency.
We also looking at Newtown. The Prime Minister made a pronouncement 2 years ago in his independence address about housing in the Newtown area. Government does have land in the Gwenville area that's inside Newtown, past the Fatima Church. So that is one of the areas that the Ministry of Housing is going to look at. The second one is for us to acquire property along the coastline. But as you know, we may have to build some retaining walls and it may be quite costly. So we'll look at our options, we'll weigh our options, but this will not be the only housing project in Roseau South. I have promised the people that we will try our best, that I will try my best, we'll search for land and we'll see how we can assist them in that regard.
This housing project is being developed by Montreal Management Consultant Establishments Limited, MMCE. Project manager for MMCE, Mr. Kyle Murad, gave an overview of the work done at the site thus far.
We had major challenges with regards to the soil, as the black soil, etc. And we had to attend to those challenges first by building these reinforced concrete retaining walls, and then by compacting 1/2 meter of terrace under those buildings, well compacted. Even the type of foundations for Eggleston is different than any other site. They're raft foundations to make sure that the settlement and the earthquake and all these issues are taken care of.
He says in an effort to keep the money in Dominica and the constituency, all workers, materials and finishings such as kitchen sets and furniture used on this project will be sourced and bought locally.
However, that will not affect the local market, meaning all the materials, all the deals that were done with local suppliers, such as for tiles, for bathroom fixtures, for waterproofing, for windows, for doors, for concrete, will be the same. Even the concrete suppliers that are within the area will be the ones to provide the concrete pouring and all this. The steel, the sand, all the materials will be purchased locally. That's one thing. The other thing is that we will make sure to maximize the local manpower in terms of laborers, in terms of technicians, plumbers, electricians, etc., kitchen suppliers and installers. Everything will be the same as the rest of Dominica housing project. We will not allow, if I may use this word, any other way.
Meanwhile, Minister for Housing, Honorable Melissa Popon-Skerritt, says she's pleased with the progress.
But in this area, we are expected to have about 16 units, duplexes. As you can see, we're standing in an area where we're building a road, which will accommodate for parking as well. The 16 units are going to be, of course, hurricane resilient, in line with building back better, in line with being the next climate resilient country in the world, the first climate resilient country in the world. These homes are built to last a lifetime. It's been built with robust materials, innovative designs, but more importantly to withstand the toughest hurricanes ever. And so I'm excited for the recipients. I'm happy that this is going to begin very soon, within a month. And the contractors, they have confirmed that this will take just about 7 months. 7 months. So essentially, we could have a whole new community here before the end of 2024.
Dominica's highly anticipated second annual Pays Yachting Festival is scheduled to take place at Prince Rupert Bay in Portsmouth from Saturday 23 to Sunday 31 March 2024. The festival, organized by the Portsmouth Association for Yacht Security, Pays, and the US-based Offshore Passages Opportunities, OPUO, in partnership with the Ministry of Tourism. Parliamentary Representative for Portsmouth, Honourable Fenella Wenham Shepherd, gave some background information about Pays, how the group came about, and its importance to the yachting festivals.
We had a situation where yachts would come to the harbour and they didn't feel safe. In fact, we had the unfortunate incidents where yachters were attacked and either robbed, that sort of thing. But that has since diminished since the establishment of Pays, and they essentially provide security for the yachts. So it's Portsmouth Association of Yachting Services, Yachting Security, and they have, as I said, changed that landscape. So when you come to the harbour as a yachty, you know you're safe. They have a system whereby they go out on their small vessels and they patrol the harbour, and that minimizes anybody trying to play pirate and coming on.
Pays provides much more than a secure environment for the yachties.
They also provide tour services, and the yachties are very pleased for that. You come to an island and you don't just stay, because some said sometimes they go to other parts of the Caribbean and they just stay on the yachts, nothing really to do. But in Dominica, there's so many things. The trails, the food. We see them walking through the community all the time, and they're always in search of something too. So they too give ideas on how to improve. And the Yachting Festival, it is growing. More people are finding out about Dominica.
The festival has come a long way since its inception in terms of impact and the patrons who are attracted to the Dominica experience.
I've had the opportunity to interact with them. I started off as a vendor myself, providing service to Pays for the Yachties Appreciation Dinner. And that would be one night where you have this big dinner for all of the yachties. And I was afforded the opportunity to, do the setup and so. And then another year, they thought, well, okay, we probably need to ask her for another service. So I emceed and, partook. It was just so, the vibes just different. And it was really nice. The yachties, they talk a lot about Dominica. They sell us a lot. They have a reach of, 20,000 or more. It's a wide reach.
This year's festival will include a packaged program that is expected to attract yachters from near and far and Dominicans from all across the island.
If we're able to put some more resources into that, and not, when I say resources, it doesn't just have to be financial, but our human resource people too, in terms of marketing, helping Pays to develop, proper advertisements for the services that they provide, then we can have this thing even spiral to way more than it is now. The Ministry of Tourism came on board, I know, last year, and with that partnership, it enhanced the whole thing. I saw banners for the first time, and it was really, how to say it? It was more than amazing.
Pays makes a concerted effort each year to encourage yachties to immerse themselves in Dominican life and culture.
One of the most important things about that yachting festival, a lot of people probably don't know. So most people see the barbecues on a Sunday evening, but one of the things that stay with us is the community projects that the yachties engage in. So they either decide to refurbish somewhere, paint a home, do that kind of thing, and I think that is one of those things we can expand onto, because as the numbers grow, you can imagine having 50 people on one house, then imagine if we have 1,000 yachties coming, you cannot put 1,000 on one home. So we can have different homes now. Or institutions benefit from the community outreach aspect of the Yachting Festival.
This year's festival is being held under the theme, Bringing Yachters Back Together Again in 2024. Dominica continues to place emphasis on the growth and development of its carnival product. This as stakeholders convened to offer their assessments and recommendations at the final press conference of Mas Dominic 2024. Carnival enthusiast and digital creator Annika Bellet shared her insight on Mas Dominic 2024, noting the increase in number of carnival activities.
What I can say about Dominica Carnival is that it keeps getting better and better. Every year we see that improvement. Gone are the days where you were probably struggling to find an event during Dominica Carnival to attend. Right now we're absolutely bursting with events on top of events. And so I always believe that this is a great option because it engages various members of society. There are people who like certain things, maybe quieter events, people who like calypso, people who like bouillon, people who like soca, and there's something for everyone. And this is what I truly appreciate.
Ms. Bellet commented on the revival of traditional aspects of Dominica's carnival.
In terms of the traditional aspects of Mas Dominic, I think we are doing a great job in terms of bringing back the traditional aspects. I know that Ms. Anita Bully had a sensei program and that really assisted in terms of increasing the number of sensei costumes during the carnival season. But there was largely for me an absence of aspects like the Suswell Sui and just a few other aspects of Old Mas that I think we need to, as a country, as a people, really analyze and to do something about that.
Chief Executive Officer of Discover Dominica Authority, Mr. Colin Piper, highlighted areas that will be focused on to enhance the carnival product.
So as we look to the future, we have exciting plans for next year's carnival. Early planning, as has been discussed, and increased participation in the city's carnivals will be a focus. Learning from the experiences of this year, we acknowledge the need for improvements and changes. We recognize the importance of improving communication between the bands and the Road Parade Committee to ensure proper spacing between the bands on the carnival route and clear communication on all carnival matters. This will enhance the flow, the overall flow, and experience for both participants and spectators.
Greater incentives are being considered to maximize representation of traditional Mas and participation in carnival bands in Dominica.
We're considering greater incentives to participants to encourage and improve traditional Mass on Carnival Monday, fostering a deeper connection to our cultural heritage. So we understand the importance of facilitating faster responses for duty-free requests, and certainly we will be streamlining this process to contribute to the overall efficiency of our preparations for future carnivals.
Deputy Chair of the Carnival Road Parade Committee, Mr. Larry Cambran, is thankful for the participation of patrons in the various carnival activities.
We would like to express our gratitude to everyone that takes part in the carnival. The participants, the sponsors, thank you very much. The contestants, everyone. Because carnival is a tradition that helps us to express our culture. And without the people, we cannot have a tradition. Without the people, there is no culture to express. So we want everyone involved to know that we are grateful for it and we look forward to being there with everyone to help it to continue.
He provided an overview of Mas Dominic 2024 and extended an invitation to others to experience Carnival in Dominica.
Carnival has been improving. This year was a success. We had much more floats, much more people taking part in the different parades, different carnival bands. We love that. Thank you. We invite everyone to be there with us.
Discover Dominica Authority and Dominica Festivals Committee reiterates their commitment to enhancing Dominica's carnival product. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
Bache and buckle. Safer roads in the nature aisle. This message was brought to you by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Welcome back. Senior Environmental Health Officer of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Security, Kalma Louis, has provided feedback on food safety and surveillance during Mas Dominic 2024. Food safety is critical to environmental health. Multiple measures were implemented to ensure food safety standards and regulations were kept.
The department had a mandate by law to conduct food safety surveillance activities. Our team of environmental health officers were out at most of the major events to conduct inspections and provide guidance to the food vendors. We are happy to report that the majority of food vendors conformed to the various food standards as required by law and in keeping with the training they received during their certification.
She commended vendors on their efforts to provide quality food for the carnival season.
As always, there is still room for improvements. However, we commend them for their efforts. The department wishes to encourage the vendors to continue to improve on the quality of the product and presentation, and wherever possible to invest in the recommended equipment such as the food warmers and stirrers to ensure that they provide safe food to the general public.
There were no reports of foodborne illnesses as a result of Mas Dominic 2024.
We are pleased to also report that there were no official reports of any cases of foodborne illnesses from our visitors and patrons at the many events which they attended.
She thanked the Discover Dominica Authority, the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, and other stakeholders for a fruitful partnership. Ms. Louis hopes for greater collaboration in the following years to maintain food safety and monitoring in Dominica. Meanwhile, event enthusiast Annika Bellet made a special appeal concerning the release of balloons in Dominica.
One of the things I want to make at this point a public appeal for is to do away with balloon releases. I mean, throughout the carnival season, there were a number of balloon releases, and as a nature island of the Caribbean, I want to make that personal public appeal that there are other ways that we can show appreciation, we can, have these moments without releasing plastic into the atmosphere. I think this is something that really I had to mention today, and we saw it at in various aspects of Carnival, and I hope that this is the last time that this will happen, and in 2025 and beyond, we will no longer have balloon releases in Carnival and throughout the year in Dominica.
Coming up next, the Creole News highlights with Jeno Jacob.
Bienvenue sur Nouvelle Creole, nom monsieur Jeno Jacob. Travail a continué pour finir chemin East Coast ou boîte d'herbe pour Hatton Garden. Chemin a coûté gouvernement $126 millions. L'argent sorti de World Bank et puis gouvernement Dominique. Chemin qui 18 miles, ça c'est 18 lire. Nous parlons puis monsieur Jack Galakan, contracteur projet.
Chemin là ça c'est deux morceaux chemin. Nous avons un morceau chemin pour Cassibrousse, bois diable tout Cassibrousse. Et nous avons notre morceau chemin qui est Cassibrousse tout Penguabe. Et nous avons passé en Caraïbes territoire, nous avons fait tout le chemin là. So total chemin là c'est 29 km. 9 km pour bois diable tout Cassibrousse et 20 km pour Cassibrousse tout Penguabe. Dans le projet ça là nous avons 5 ponts nous avons fait. Aujourd'hui, nous avons fini 2 ponts en les premiers morceaux là. Là, nous avons fait 2 autres ponts. Et nous avons le dernier pont là qui est pont Penguabe. So, nous avons commencé pour Penguabe pour nous finir. Le projet là, nous avons pensé finir le projet là, maximum projet là, nous avons pensé finir par August, qui est toujours des petits morceaux bitins à faire, nous qui fait parce que nous avons des gros bridges à faire. Mais nous pouvons dire que 94% de chemin là, pour August, ça est fini.
Il y a des gens qui ont pour une patience.
Ça, je dis aux Caraïbes territoriales, il faut espérer parce que nous savons qu'il y a des conditions poussières, il y a tout bitin, mais nous avons fait le plus vite possible pour nous mettre l'asphalte là pour être bien. Et le chemin là qui est fini, tout bitin qui est rangé.
Mais aussi des camions, trucks, qui chargent de l'eau pour user.
Si. Nous avons 6 camions qui chargent de l'eau. Ok? Et si vous voyez, nous faisons, semaine passée, nous faisons 3 km d'asphalte. So, parce que là, nous avons fait l'asphalte, là, nous avons réduit poussière là. Et là, aujourd'hui, nous à Challenge 21, nous avons encore 11 km, so nous avons essayé de faire manœuvre et nous avons mis 6 camions pour ça mouiller tout le temps chemin là, pour ne pas prendre trop poussière.
Chef Caribbean Business Cruise Isabella Adonis Flandrina dit à part de Dominique, groupe là qui est allé à d'autres pays Kawaii-Bla. Discover Dominica Authority tient une exhibition en Alliance française, semaine Sala, lundi 26 février, pour montrer mon Caribbean Business Cruise produit Business Dominique. Session est attendue par Invest Dominica Authority, Dominic Association of Industry and Commerce et puis Dexia. Isabella Adonis Flandrina parle et puis nous.
Nous arrivés Sainte-Martine, nous qui fait même bité là, nous qui rencontré la chambre de commerce, la collectivité, les chefs d'entreprise équivalents à la DAIC, équivalents à la Dexia. Et ensuite, nous avons Antigua et Barbuda, et ensuite Saint-Kitts et Nevis et Martinique.
C'est un groupe 20, ils ont 20?
Oui, nous 22, 23. Et nous, tous ces chefs d'entreprise, nous dit des institutions aussi, nous n'y on met de Kikavine, de Sainte-Anne, mais c'est aussi en territoire de la Guadeloupe, c'est la Riviera du Levant, c'est en partie à la Guadeloupe qui est la plus touristique, et il y a un incident pour voir qui gens y a travail vers la Dominique. Pour savoir qui gens autres qui travaillent, pour savoir aussi échanger sur la façon de travailler, qui gens autres qui travaillent, et voir qui gens nous qui travaillent pour promouvoir le tourisme.
Dominique a fait effort pour développer le carnaval. Stakeholders, c'est gens qui n'y l'étaient en carnaval, joignent pour garder recommandations pour carnaval. Annika Bellot, un digital creator, parle contre valeur activité itenue pour carnaval. Il dit qu'il est content de voir l'aspect Olmas à carnaval Dominique. Chef Executive Officer Discover Dominica Authority, autorité pour découvrir Dominique, M. Colin Paipa, parle contre manière pour faire carnaval meilleur. Il a mis attention à ce masse tradition. Il remercie les sponsors et les gens qui supportent le carnaval 2124. Un officier Environmental Health département pour santé et environnement, Kalma Louis, dit pendant cette session masse, il mettait mise en place pour faire certains qui ne pas taper maladie ou de manger. Il a parlé en press conference masse Dominique hier. Il dit officier santé a fait un restaurant et puis bar pour monitorer sa moun a vendre. Il a complimenté vendors à sous bonne qualité manger yo ba moun pour manger. Département santé par une pièce report contre moun qui tape maladie ou de manger pour carnaval. Kalma Louis remercie Discover Dominica Authority et puis police pour travailler. Ça c'est tout à ce nouvel en créole. Non, monsieur Geno Jacob, au revoir.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Adicia Burton. Thank you for watching.